Hello everyone and welcome back to Cosmo's Universe. My name is Matt and today we're going to be talking about robotics and computing. Look man, I know this already. Most of the Matt's episodes made now have been remakes of the Thought films. Yeah, but it's better now. Okay, so in the last video I talked about science fiction technology that have become a reality, and robots are no exception to this. Today I'm going to be exploring some of the most incredible advancements in robotics and computing, and also posing the question, how much further should we go? Are the apocalyptic predictions of what an AI could do accurate? What are the limits of an artificial intelligence? Let's delve into it right now. As you may already know, robotics is a branch of science that covers the design, construction and use of machinery. Computing is the study of computers and what their implications might be. Robots come in many forms, such as computer games, microwaves, electronic toys, rockets, spacesuits, cars, planes, even space buggies have or are computers that make them work. They are often used for helping humans, entertainment, or dangerous or repetitive tasks, such as exploring outer space, defusing bombs, and building cars. Now that that's over the way, I'm going to cover 4 examples of some truly incredible robots, and just see how far we've really come. Cosmo, which stands for Advanced Step in Innovative Mobility, is developing AI that is supposed to be an all-around / helper robot. It has a long history of development that has been running since 1986 and has even been dubbed the world's most advanced robot by some. Cosmo is humanoid. It has a walking speed of 2.7 miles per hour and a running speed of up to 6 miles per hour. Cosmo is 4 feet and 3 inches tall, that's 130 centimeters, and weighs 119 pounds, that's 54 kilograms. Despite the learning AI that Cosmo has, it doesn't think or feel like a human being. Therefore, Cosmo is very good for mundane or dangerous tasks, like I said before, and it can even be used for entertainment, as it is able to play football. As far as I'm aware, there are no specific plans for Cosmo yet, but they may become commercially sold in the future. I believe there's actually only one Cosmo in the whole world. Have you heard of the Rubiks Cube? Now, this is a magnificent little puzzle that was created in the 1980s and has become a sensation throughout the world since then. There have been some crazy world records to try and solve this thing, and actually there is an entire industry based around this, I guess, Japanese-style puzzle? I think it's Japanese, I'm not entirely sure, but basically you have to get all the colours, face on the side, you guys probably all know it, and yeah, you can, turn it in all 3 dimensions, it's pretty cool. Maybe I'll do a video on the Rubiks Cube if you guys hit the like button. Come on, you know you want to. Now, however, let's talk about Sub 1. Sub 1 is a machine designed to solve the Rubiks Cube, and it holds a world record of solving the Rubiks Cube in, get this, 0.887 seconds. Now that might be out of date by the time you're watching this because that was the record in 2016. But it works by having mechanical arms holding the cube in place on each side, 4 webcams that observe what is on the cube, and a computer that calculates the necessary moves to take to solve it before the mechanical arms just like really fast, like insanely fast. That thing is well oiled. Next up we have the Remora Fish. Now this is one that I actually only discovered as I was making this video rather than in the original. But the Remora Fish is something that is actually quite impressive and in my opinion probably the best on this list. The Remora Fish is a creature that clings onto larger marine animals and feeds off its host's dead skin and feces. It uses a suction disc with a kind of lip and rows of linear tissue called lamellae to cling on. The lamellae have tiny needle-like spinules. There are also muscles around the suction disc, which means it can change shape, of course, and that way it can have the most friction and the most pressure exerted to make sure that they stay attached to the host. Matt, you might be wondering, what's any of this got to do with advanced robotics? I'm glad you asked, guys. There's a robot that works in exactly the same way. Well, not exactly. But with the power of 3D printing, yep, another reference. Go watch that video right now. We have a robot Remora Fish. It has approximately 1,000 forked spinules made from laser-cut carbon fibre that represent the lamellae, and 6 pneumatic actuators that work the same as the muscles that inflate and deflate to change the shape of the suction disc. The robot has been successfully tested underwater on numerous surfaces, rough, smooth, rigid, flexible, such as shark skin, plexiglass, epoxy resin, and silicone elastomer. I have no idea what those last two are. It took roughly 4 seconds to attach itself to most of these surfaces, taking 167 newtons of force required to remove it from the rougher surfaces, such as the epoxy resin and the silicone elastomer. But it required 430 newtons to remove it from the plexiglass, a smooth surface. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but you've got to remember these things are actually quite small. 436 newtons is equal to 340 times the Remora Fish's weight. This thing is quite small, but it is very powerful for what it is. You may be thinking, okay, so we've got something super small that is super strong, but what can we use this for? Well, I think the first thing, right off the bat, could be more deep sea research. There's still about 90% of the ocean that hasn't even been explored yet, or something ridiculous like that. I might put up the statistic here if I can't remember it exactly. But imagine tracking deep sea creatures with these. If you could somehow mount a camera on it, that could change things entirely. And now the last one on my list, Cosmo is a new robotic companion / pet, very much in the same vein as a Tamagotchi. Hold on a sec. Did I research that right? The name sounds familiar. Oh yeah, you! Oh, shut up. You're just salty because I replaced this month's Minecraft video with Bending the Ink Machine Chapter 3. Go check that out. Ah, shut up. Go back to Hive MC. Anyway, yes. Cosmo, with a Z, not an S, is an AI that learns. Very much like Asmo, it has facial recognition, it has sensors that can scan its environment and therefore can move around and avoid obstacles. It is more of an entertainment robot, so it can play games and also simulate dozens of emotions, so very much kind of like a robot pet, like I said. If you heard of Tamagotchi, then you know what I mean. What's really amazing is that this isn't some lab experiment. You can buy your own Cosmo for as little as £200 at www.anki.com. I mean, to be honest, that's expensive, but for what it is, I think it's worth it. I don't really know. I tell you what, wouldn't it be really funny if I just got one? So, I have 2 characters called Cosmo on this channel. Nah, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford that. All these examples show us that really, there will be some serious developments with technology in the future, and many are already happening right now. Something huge to consider is the ethical implications of developing robots this far. They cook our food, they help us communicate, they solve Rubiks Cubes, but when will we go too far? Would it be wise to keep developing these human-like robots? If they thought and felt as humans did, could they become a threat to mankind? And now, as always, we have a bibliography of sources on screen so that you can look deeper into these topics if you want, and I don't get accused of plagiarism. Links also in the description of this video. I've also linked videos of all 4 of these robots working in action, at least if I can find them. I highly recommend you go check those out, so please check out the description, see what I got there. It's better than me talking about them with some images. It's the video clips you want to see. And that's the end of the video. So, as always, if you do enjoy, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of all the new content coming to Cosmo's universe. And share this with your friends if you're already subscribed. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next time, bye-bye.